Good morning, dear friends, and welcome once again to Wisely Well Wednesday. My child doesn't seem to like eating. No matter what I give him or her, he's just not interested in eating. What do I do? What do I do, Dr. Priya? This is a common query, a common heartache, a common headache for most new parents. And this is the question that all new parents have asked me again and again in the past 30 years of my holistic homeopathy practice. And that's our topic for today. So do stay with me right to the end. Even if you don't have young kids, maybe you can share it with those who have young kids. So there are three key issues in this matter. First and foremost, have you pureed the food that you gave your child as a baby from 0 to 1? Because you were interested in feeding the child a lot of food? Well, that puree did not let the nerve endings in the child's mouth develop. Therefore, any new texture, any new fragrance, any new taste that comes in overwhelms the child's senses. And that is also the first step to making a fussy eater. So if you have given birth to a new baby, please do not puree the food. Mash it with a spoon or with your clean hands, and that's the best way. Expose your child, expose your baby to different textures. Point number 2. We have gone into very, very nuclear families. Me and mine, 1 or 2 childs, and they are treated like kings and queens. What would you like to have? We are just short of printing a menu card for our children. And then, yes, we want to feed them, never teach them to feed themselves. Did you grow up like that? Did you walk home and mom gave you a menu card? Please select what would you like to eat, my child. And then come, sit down, let me feed you because I want quantity. I don't want to develop values of independence in you. Is this what you're doing? Well, yours is a home, not a restaurant. Treat it like a home. There are many values that you give your children in and through eating. I'll create, I promise, a whole wacky Wednesday on this because that's something very close to my heart. But then again, now let me come to something more important, something more festive, something more beautiful. Look at me, I'm wearing white. Does it seem colorful? No, right? Well, look at the plate of your children. Have you brought color in it? Children are all about enjoyment. Children are all about celebration. Children are all about hope and color. Look at this difference. Don't I look vibrant? We are in a festive mood now. All kinds of festivities are in the air. And that's the festivity children want to see in their plate. They want color, they want rainbow in their plate. The more color you add to their plate, to their cuisine, to their food, to whatever you give them, well, it will make them interested in the food because children think in color. Yes, I have been a holistic homeopath for 30 years and I have been a mom for 26 years. I bring my mothering experiences to my medical experience and I come up with solutions in and through it. So when my children were growing up, we had colorful days. So one day we had red rice, the next day it was green risotto, the third day it was yellow pasta, the fourth day it was something white. We had different colors, green and yellow and blue. In fact, I had a timetable. And my son would come home and say, Mom, it's red rice day today. And yes, it was red rice day today. Now, sometimes it would be rice, sometimes it would be pasta, sometimes it could be paratha, sometimes it could be noodle. The cuisine can vary. And yes, my children were exposed to all, but everything was all about color. Now, how did I bring this color in their life? Well, I looked at nature. Exact color of this you get through a beetroot, isn't it? You get orange through the pumpkin. Then again, you get green through spinach and basil. You get yellow through the yellow dals and turmeric, and yellow zucchini, and white. Well, there's white pumpkin, there is cucumber, there is, you name it, barley, tofu. But whenever I cook for my children, I remember the 4 key ingredients that has to be there. Carbohydrate, complex of course, like brown rice, whole grains, proteins. Well, I'm a vegan, all of you know, but my children are not. So proteins in the forms of nuts, in the forms of dals, in the forms of pulses, in the forms of beans, right? Vegetables, all kinds of vegetables, and good, healthy fat through nuts. So whatever I made always had all these ingredients. Now, I have always been working and I always cook for my family. So I had to come up with simple, easy solutions. So I came up with a batch of soups. So there was red soup, there was yellow soup, there was green soup, colorful soups. These soups were nothing but purees of different vegetables, different cereals, different grains, or different nuts, pureed in such a manner that they were tasty yet healthy. The same soups I could add to rice. It could turn into a pasta sauce, it could turn into a noodle sauce, or I would just need any kind of flour in it and make parathas. These I have collected over the years, these beautiful, colorful soups. And sometimes I just serve them as soup on a nice rainy day or a cold day. And we had with bread, I shaped the bread in boats and just toasted them, just the shape. We had floating boats on red soup and the child happily ate it. It's all about having fun. And on that boat we rode to different farms which produce different foods. And this child learned so much more. We were having fun at the dinner table. So dear friends, if you want to know how to make these soups, I have collected and put down the exact recipe for all of you. I'm going to share a link in my bio or above this post. Do go to the link, do download all the recipes, and I will be adding more and more, so do keep coming back. I assure you, your child will suddenly be interested in eating. And yes, do sit down with him, do tell him stories, but teach him to self-feed. That is a very important lesson in feeding, in living. Also, tell him one thing, please do not waste food. There are many children out there who don't get food. So whatever you give the child, tell the child to respect it, pray, you to pray with him, and eat that food happily. A happy eating makes a healthy baby, a healthy child, a healthy family. On that colorful and happy note, I thank you all and wish you great festivities. But please bring the rainbow in the plate and don't forget to download all those recipes all for free. Thank you. Have a great day.